This video is my take on the dead pixels issue. I have two Leica M8s. They are not the M8.2. These two cameras are the version that have the shutter speed till 8000. So there must be a lot of dead pixels inside of these cameras. I came to this issue watching a video on YouTube about a photographer. He recently purchased a Leica M8 and he made a video about the camera, about how much he liked it, how much he enjoyed going to the roots of photography, how nice the colors that the camera produce are. And I feel very connected with these ideas because it's the same thing I felt since the first moment I have this M8 camera. And after watching the video, I was reading the comments, and the first one was a comment from a guy that said something like, how can you buy a camera like the M8 so expensive, knowing that probably the sensor is full of dead pixels? And then he gives some instructions to the photographer, to the guy that made the video, how to detect these dead pixels. So after watching the video, after reading the comment, I was wondering, do my cameras have dead pixels? Searching about this issue, I found that it's something very common that happened also in modern cameras like the Sony A7. And that is that M8s usually have dead pixels, and that you can find it's like a line that it's always in the same place of the photo, of course. And if you look carefully, you can find it. Okay, so let's see if my cameras have dead pixels. But in the beginning I was a little bit reluctant of trying to find something that for me it never was there, that never bothers me. And I thought, why should I care about something that is not visible to me, that doesn't matter? I edit my images in a MacBook Pro 15-inch screen, enough for me. And I make some big prints, A4 or bigger, and I never see something that called my attention, something wrong in the images. On the contrary, I usually like a lot some of the images that these cameras produce. But anyway, for my surprise, I found that this camera, the silver one that is newer, the one that have only 10,851 shutter releases. This one, it have a line in the right side of the picture. It's a long line going down that reminds me like a canvas line. Really, yeah, it's there, but it's not something that can make me run from a camera like this. So one of the things that I observe is that these lines are not always visible. In some conditions they disappear, and you need to overexpose, to increment exposition a lot to be able to see them. As you can see here, for example, with this image, the lines become visible if you increase exposure, if you overexpose. Here is the same image, the DNG in black and white, and the same thing. Of course, in daylight or with good light conditions, the lines almost disappear. And another thing that I observe, very curious, is that when I take the picture in vertical, with the camera in the vertical position, it becomes very difficult to find the lines. Almost impossible. I struggle trying to find them. But the other one, this black Leica M8, really I couldn't find any lines, any dots, nothing. The only dots that I found was dust in the lens, nothing. And I really tried. This camera have 37,412 shutter releases. Almost three times the amount of the silver one. It seems that not all M8s have this issue. This one that I purchased more than 11 years ago, and when I purchased it, it was already old camera. This one don't have, or don't show dead pixels. I don't know if it's what can be the reason. So my conclusions are that first, not all M8s have the dead pixels issue. At least this one don't show any dead pixel. Second, that in the case the camera have or show the dead pixels, for me it's not an issue. It's like a canvas line, is something almost, yeah, you can get crazy, you can zoom, you can suffer, but you know, this camera is not for everybody. If you want perfection, if you want no noise, if you want, this is not a camera for you. If you have to rely only on one camera for your work, I don't think this is a camera for you. This is a camera to enjoy. It's very expensive, yes. When I bought mine, it cost me less than $1,000, but now the prices are higher. So I understand that some people may think that it's crazy to pay this money for a camera that have issues and is old, of course. So yeah, this is not a camera for everybody. Maybe this is not a camera for you. Or maybe yes, because if you want this unique way of taking pictures, these beautiful colors from the CCD Kodak sensor, yeah, if you want to have in your hands something nice, well built, with all the problems of the world, I don't know, yeah, maybe it's old. Then if you want the joy from this, that this kind of cameras can give you, then maybe yes, it's a good investment. I have to say that I use these cameras very often. These cameras, I don't know the story about this one because I had this one like 4 years ago. I don't know where it was. It looks very new. But the other one, this black one, the one that don't show any dead pixels or lines or nothing, is always ready with the battery charged. I use it often, and since it's with me, it's never more than 2 months or 3 months without use. So maybe it's that. I have no idea. So yeah, this is my take, and you know, even this camera, that is the one with the line, even in this camera the pixels look very alive. The colors are very alive. The joy that gives me is very alive and is very real. It seems that this dead pixels issue is very common, and for what I see and read, many cameras have it. In fact, it's very common that digital sensors have dead pixels, and with the software this problem usually is fixed, so you don't see them. The conclusion is that in any case, with a few LED pixels or without them, this is still a nice camera to use, and it's gonna produce very beautiful images, unique images. So it's not that I'm selling M8s or I want you to buy M8, but I'm just sharing my experience and my feelings. So yeah, I think that's all for this video. I hope you're okay. And in the case you have a M8, you are a M8 owner, well, good luck with all the issues that these cameras may have, and enjoy the ride, because every time you take it with you and you take pictures from people you love or places you visit, it's always nice. And in my opinion, even with the issues, it's worth the effort. But this is my personal opinion that I share with you. All the best, my friends. Have fun, enjoy life photography, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.